What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Former face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people have been saying that Tank Davis is the face of boxing. I agree with that sentiment. I do believe that he is the face of boxing based on his last pay-per-view, which did 1.4 million pay-per-view buys versus Ryan Garcia. And you compare that with the fact that Canelo Alvarez did 575,000 pay-per-view buys in his last fight with Triple G, a.k.a. Old Man River. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires as far as what Canelo does tonight when he takes on John Ryder, and what Tank Davis does in his next endeavor when he steps inside that square circle. But as we stand here today, make no mistake about it, Tank Davis is the face of boxing. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder in Guadalajara, Mexico, hometown of Canelo Alvarez, as he's doing a great thing in my eyes, bringing the fight to his fans in his hometown. Now this fight, a lot of people are saying is a tune-up, a cherry pick, but I don't look at that in that regard, because I look at John Ryder as a top 6 super middleweight. So if you top 6 in any division, you're not a cherry pick. Now, number 1 that I have at 168 is Canelo Alvarez. Number 2, I have David Benavidez, a.k.a. the Mexican Monster. Number 3, I have David Morrell. Number 4, I have Caleb Plant. Number 5, I have Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. And number 6, I have UK's own John Ryder. Now, John Ryder made some interesting comments in the lead up to this fight. He said that he don't believe that Canelo Alvarez is at his best. He believes that Canelo Alvarez has seen his better days. He believes that Canelo Alvarez is on the back nine of his career. But for him to bank on that is a huge mistake, in my opinion. You can't bank on the fact that he done lost his fastball. You got to bank on the fact that he is the same guy that beat Triple G in the second fight. He's the same guy that defeated Miguel Cotto, a Hall of Fame fighter and a multi-division world champion. You got to believe that he's the same guy that beat the Cuban technician, Every Landry Lara. You got to believe he's the guy that beat the undefeated Billy Joe Saunders. You got to believe that he's the guy that beat undefeated, coming off the biggest win of his career, one of the top fighters at that time in the junior middleweight division, Austin Trout. You got to go in with that mindset. You're going in with the mindset that you hoping that Canelo Alvarez, or you believe that Canelo Alvarez is not the same fight he was back when he took those fights. And I agree with him in that regard, as far as I don't believe that Canelo Alvarez is the best version of himself currently. I still think he's a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. I don't believe he's number 1, which he had that position for several years. I don't believe he at that stage of his career right now. I don't believe he's at the pinnacle of his career. But with all that being said, he still got the goods to beat John Ryder. John Ryder is a southpaw. A guy is straight up and down, no special effects. He's coming straight at you. He's coming within a straight line. If Canelo Alvarez is 90% of what he was in the second Triple G fight, he should defeat John Ryder. John Ryder is a guy that's looking to get inside. He's looking to bring the pressure. He's not a guy that's looking to fight on the outside. He's got a very good left hand. He's a guy that's looking to get inside and land combinations. He's a guy that's looking to turn this fight into a very physical fight, a very grimy fight. He's looking to make that happen with Canelo Alvarez. But the thing about Canelo Alvarez, he fights good off the ropes. He's got a little bit of James Toney in him. He can fight off the ropes, and he can kind of roll a lot of those head shots, and he can land some very good counters, and that's what he'll be looking to land versus John Ryder. But the problem with John Ryder is the hand speed. The hand speed of Canelo Alvarez is a decided advantage over John Ryder. He has the faster hands. He has the better head movement. He's a guy that's the harder puncher. And when you look at the fact that John Ryder is a guy that's looking to come forward and bring the fight, that'll be good if he had the power behind there. But he's a guy that's a pressure fighter with no power. And that's going to be to his ultimate demise, taking on Canelo Alvarez, who's a guy that does have power. I'm not saying he has one hit or quitter power like a Deontay Wilder or Tank Davis, but he does have very good power. You see how he slept James Franklin. I was at that fight. That fight took place at Minute Maid Park, home of the Houston Astros. I was in attendance of that fight. That was a highlight reel knockout. So he does have that in his arsenal. He's a guy that's a very good counter puncher. He's a guy that makes you fight his pace. John Ryder will be looking to get the fight at a faster, a more quicker pace. He'll be looking to try to outwork Canelo Alvarez, who's a guy that's looking to take his time and load up on his shots. And I think that's part of the problem. That's part of the reason why he has not looked as spectacular as he looked in other fights. He don't throw as many punches per round as he did in the second Triple G fight, or he did in the Ezra Lara fight. His punch output per round has decreased as he's looking to load up and do damage on his opponent. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. I'm looking for Canelo Alvarez to beat a game John Ryder. I'm looking for him to stop John Ryder in the 10th round. Stoppage, TKO. You gotta love TKO. Oh. Yeah, I'm looking for him to stop John Ryder. Games John Ryder. I think John Ryder's gonna win some rounds. I don't think it's gonna be no whitewash. I don't see him getting washed. I think he's gonna be competitive, especially early on, as he's gonna be looking to bring the fight. But I think Canelo Alvarez slowly but surely start picking him apart. He started bringing the pressure. I think he starts to hit him with some good counters, a good left hook to the body. I think the hand speed and the overall boxing IQ of Canelo Alvarez will carry the day, or will carry the night. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Let me know on Facebook who you like in this particular matchup. Do you like the guy with a good left hand out the southpaw stance, John Ryder, or do you like the hook artist, Canelo Alvarez? Let me know your thoughts. Who you like? If you like it by decision, give me your winner. If you like it by stoppage, let me know what round in the comment section. This is going to be a fight that's going to be going down in a big time arena out there in Guadalajara, Mexico. The fans will be going crazy for their hero and hometown fighter, Saul Alvarez. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But the bottom line is Canelo Alvarez is just a better overall fighter than John Ryder. John Ryder is a solid guy. He's made it to this point through hard work and dedication. He wasn't a guy that when he first came on the scene had a lot of money behind him, and he was pushed forward, and he took the shortcut to a heavyweight title. He's earned this the good old-fashioned way, the hard way. So he will make the most of his opportunity. He definitely won't lay down. He will give an account of himself. He will give a good account of himself. But the bottom line is he just don't have the tools to beat Canelo Alvarez. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard Briscoe. Like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports on YouTube. The man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.